The frosted grass doesn't bend, it shatters. Out here on the Mongolian steppe, dawn feels like someone pressed pause on the sun and cranked the wind to max. In this white-blue emptiness, a fist-sized paw presses into powdery snow, leaving behind a tidy crater. Then another. Then a low gray blur appears, hugging the land so closely it could be the land. Meet the Pallas's cat, nature's own misfit soldier. Chubby cheeks, perpetual frown, and a daily to-do list so brutal it would break most apex predators before breakfast. A horizon that never ends should feel liberating. Yet for our shaggy anti-hero, it's a prison with invisible bars. Midwinter temperatures flirt with minus 40 degrees Celsius. Prey disappears beneath drifts. Even the air stings like broken glass. Every breath condenses into a tiny cloud that vanishes as quickly as hope. The cat's densest in the world fur looks plush, almost comedic, but it's pure necessity. Under that down jacket of guard hairs sits a body that must convert calories into heat faster than it spends them, and calories are scarce. So from sunup to starlight, he combs the tundra for anything edible, chunky pikas, sprinting voles, or the occasional unwary ground-nesting bird. Out here there is no later. Miss Lunch in winter itself starts to chew on his bones. But the Pallas's cat is an engineer of stealth. His legs are so short relative to his torso, you'd swear Mother Nature swapped blueprints halfway through construction. Yet that low chassis matters. Pressed close to the snow crust, he becomes a monochrome boulder. The steppe wind roars overhead, flattening his fur into grayscale ripples so perfect they trick even eagle eyes. He inches forward in a series of impossibly slow pulses, head aligned with spine, tail dragging a faint comma behind him. Finally, launch. A ballistic leap of fury, snow exploding outward like fireworks. Success? 1 in 3 times. Yes. Twice as often? No. He shakes off the powder, ears slicked back in silent irritation, and sets the counter to 0 like the day never started. Hunting is a numbers game, but mathematics doesn't warm numb paws. Blood flow stalls, nerves fizz with frostbite warnings. So he stops, plants all fours, and trembles violently from nose to tail, snap-starting his circulation like a diesel engine coughing awake. The move looks comedic, almost as if he's shivering in mock disgust at the universe, but the alternative is losing pads to ice. In a world where every claw matters, even a single frozen toe could be a death sentence. If survival were just physics, fur density, caloric intake, our grim-faced prowler might actually relax. But drama piles higher than snowdrifts. Golden eagles patrol the same sky he uses for orienting his hunts. A single stoop from above can end a lineage thousands of years old in under 3 heartbeats. On the ground, gray wolves prowl. Overhead, climate change stirs, reshaping the steppe into something alien. Warmer winters that melt camouflage, wetter summers that drown burrows. Even success tastes like borrowed time. So why the legendary grump? Part biology, part misunderstanding. Those flattened ears aren't annoyance. They're side-mounted to avoid silhouette. The narrowed eyes block wind glare, conserving moisture in the driest cold on Earth. The broad muzzle isn't a scowl, it's a snow plow, slicing inhaled air into manageable parcels. But memes travel faster than science. One viral photo, and suddenly he's the internet's favorite curmudgeon. Meanwhile, the real cat soldier's on, indifferent to human labels, bound only by the arithmetic of hunger and heat loss. Late afternoon, temperatures drop again, as if the sun regrets showing up. Our feline calculates distance, elevation, and wind vector with the unerring precision of instinct. Ahead, a pika darts from its burrow toward a frozen clump of sagebrush, unaware that each hop sounds like cannon fire to ears tuned for survival. The Pallas's cat flattens. One muscle twitch would betray everything. Air stills, snow creaks. Then, detonation. The cat erupts like a mortar round. Powder hangs, shimmering, in the thick silence. This time the math lands in his favor. Prey secured. 5 more centimeters of fat for the furnaces. But dusk doesn't guarantee reprieve. Moonlight sharpens every shadow. The temperature plummets again, merciless and immediate. He slips into a ragged crevice among limestone boulders, curling his massive tail around his nose like an organic scarf. Here, in a cavern barely wider than his shoulders, he'll metabolize dinner into enough warmth to survive one more night. Outside, a storm rolls across the open plain, battering the earth with ice needles. Inside, the cat's breathing slows. Each exhale is a vow. I will see another dawn. Conservationists tally these dawns like accountants, and the numbers bleed red ink. Poaching for fur still whispers along black market routes. Habitat slices thinner each year as pastures expand and mining rigs push deeper. Breeding success in captivity limps along, hampered by the very adaptations that make Pallas's cats unique. Females birth tiny litters, and kittens struggle in environments warmer than the cat's evolutionary blueprint expects. Worldwide, best estimates hover in the low tens of thousands, a population that could vanish behind one bad winter or one profitable mining contract. And yet, endurance lingers in every stiff whisker. At first light, the Pallas's cat pokes his head into air that smells like dry ice and dawn. His fur is rimmed in frost, his pupils sliver against the pale sun. There's no breakfast waiting, no guarantee the next step won't sink him chest deep in drift, no certainty an eagle isn't already drawing a bead from the cobalt sky. He steps anyway. Tomorrow he'll stalk 5 more kills. Tomorrow, one of those kills will slip away. Tomorrow his legend as the world's grumpiest cat will circulate in memes he'll never see. But beneath the viral glare and frosty frown lies a truth harder than permafrost. Survival is an attitude, carved by wind and sharpened by failure. The Pallas's cat endures not because he looks tough, but because quitting was never coded into his DNA. And in that silent refusal to surrender, maybe we glimpse the real reason his face resonates with us. It's the mirror of every human day we've woken up tired, hungry, and still decided to push forward. So the next time you scroll past his picture online and chuckle at the eternal glare, remember the backstory etched in every whisker. That stare isn't anger, it's calculation. It's the algebra of life in a place where even sunshine bites. And somewhere, right now, under a sky scraped raw by winter, the grumpiest cat in the world is taking another low, deliberate step into the snow, proving for the 1000th time that attitude, not appearance, is what keeps your heartbeat loud against the wind.